In the early 1960s, a student movement grew in America and confronted what we saw as the country's main problems, especially racism, poverty, and the war in Vietnam. Students for Democratic Society was the largest student organization of that decade. This is our story.
Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom over me, and before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free and be free. No segregation, no segregation, no segregation.
On the television was the image of fire hoses being turned on people, spraying them across the street. They were being thrown every which way by these fire hoses. And the commentator was saying that the reason this was happening is that these people wanted to vote. And I can remember turning to my father and saying, what does this mean? What are they talking about? The right to, they don't vote? Why can't they vote?
You got to remember that in those days, the South was segregated. I couldn't eat in most of the restaurants in Baltimore. I couldn't try on clothes in the stores. I used to have to go into a store, buy everything I thought I wanted, take it back to my dorm room, try it on, and then return what didn't fit and what I didn't want, because I couldn't go into the dressing rooms in the stores.
Our experiences in the civil rights movement, North and South, led SDS to begin our own organizing projects.
Oh, I marched to the Battle of New Orleans at the end of the early British wars. The young land started growing, the young blood started flowing, but I ain't a-marching anymore. Yes, think of my career, my sweetheart dear, my poor old invalid aunt. Besides, I ain't no fool, I'm a-going to school and I'm working in a defense plant.
With every can of napalm that got dropped, the American Constitution died a little bit. With every village taken out, the Declaration of Independence became a little bit more meaningless. We couldn't possibly call ourselves a democracy-loving people and let that war in Vietnam go on.
And when the man waved hail to the chief, ooh, they point the cannon at you, Lord. It ain't me, I ain't no senator, son.
I had a index of people who were considered national security risks to be rounded up in case of a national emergency and put incarcerated without trial.
Peaceful protest wasn't getting us anywhere. And I think it was a really painful debate and also very frightening because it raised the stakes so high. And I remember getting to a certain point and feeling so desperately that something needed to change, that the war couldn't go on, that things couldn't go on like this, that I felt that my life was worth risking in order to make this stop.